right, so back in January 2019, I spoke at the Minnesota State Track Coach Association, and I was so excited to be in Minnesota. There my first time, and I realized it was really cold. But other than that, I looked around from the hotel room, and it was just beautiful. I mean, beautiful scenery, um, just a nice place. I went to watch a few of the speakers speak because I got to show support, and it was really fun. Between my speaking, I watched some TV, and it was pretty cool that they had it promoted on television out there, that it was happening, things like that. Snow started coming down, and it was beautiful to watch. I mean, I probably sat in the window for about 20, 30 minutes. Even though I watched the TV, I started looking at the weather, and I'm thinking, it's cold out here all the time. You guys should be used to it. But they weren't. I mean, it was so cold then when I was there. Even the weather people were freezing. I mean, she has on layers, and they're talking about how if you have your skin exposed too much, you can actually get frostbite. So I'm like, it's cold. Anyway, next day, ended up speaking, did my topics, and it was really fun. Very receptive audience, and got a lot done. Once that was done, I had a pretty big break, so I went down to the Mall of America, and no lie, that mall is huge. I mean, I spent a couple hours, only got through half the mall. That night, went back, and I was a keynote speaker. I was speaking on pretty much how your program reflects who you are, and it was fun. I mean, I really enjoyed the experience. I'm not gonna lie, being in front of all those people, something I'm supposed to do and be used to, but when it's over 400 coaches, it's a little nerve wracking. So that night, just kind of again went to my window and reminisced on the things that I was able to accomplish and things that I was able to do, and it was really fun. I mean, I put this time lapse here because just look at it. The next morning, I taught one more class, and then ended up leaving because Dominique Rotolo came out. Her and her dad and her sister came out to not only support me but also watch it compete. So we ended up walking around. Obviously, we're from California, so we're watching the trees and looking at the scenery with all the snow on it. But it was very nice. The University of Minnesota, um, great facilities. The school looks amazing. Indoor facilities is beautiful. It's really warm, so you don't got to worry about being cold inside. But the track meet that they hosted was really cool because um, a lot of schools in the area were out there, and me being from California, I hadn't seen too many schools from this area travel to California. But it was really nice. Great talent out there. A lot of great athletes out there, and it's good to watch them compete. Even in the high jump, the high jump competition got really crazy. I believe it was South Dakota. They had a few athletes over 7 feet, so it was really competitive. So now it's time for us to compete. Dami's warming up in the warm up area, and she looked really good. She was a little flat, so I had to get her really warmed up because it was just a different type of environment. But the first jump she did not as good. The other jumps were kind of rocky, but this was her best jump. I believe it was 39 feet something. And overall, it looked okay. Timing was off, but it was just getting back into rhythm. The great thing about it is she won. So she won her first indoor college track meet. Then I went home. Overall, I had a great experience. I would love to go back and have fun with all the people that were there.